This time on Woody's Garage we do a little more on the Roma Nova. When the hell are you going to finish it?
Okay, today I want to lengthen the chain for the Roma Nova mini bike, which looks like I could use a link or two. I have a couple of chain breakers, one for a bicycle chain, and that one. And this one's for a motorcycle chain, and neither one really fits a 35 chain. So what I do with this one is I start pushing out the rivet. It gets about this far that, I can't penetrate the hole, but I can push it into the hole. At that point I stop and I use a regular drift and pound it through. So we cranked it down and we got it so it's probably about flush. You can see in there. There's a little bit sticking out. That's how much is sticking out. Now I'd like to push it out so that it's just hanging in there, so that I just got a little bit. It's not totally out, so I can tap it back in because I don't have an extra master link. So I'm going to have to extend the chain that way. This is hysterical. I just realized, yes, this is kind of a salvaged chain, what I had left over, and as you see, I've already lengthened it. So I guess we got to go a little bit further, and so for connections we got 1, 2, 3. So I think we'll go with 4. And then we'll just put the chunk in here, and I don't actually have to pop the rivets back in, which is a good thing. So that was the section that was in there, so we're going to make it one longer than this. Well, there's our new section, the bigger one. I'm questioning whether I should try to drive a rivet back into the chain instead of having 2 master links. Might be fun just to do it. Well, really, in order to do that, you need this end. I would have to left this part on, so the hell with it. I'm just going to put on the 2 master links. Now you drive that through, but like when you take it apart, these kind of bent a little bit. They disfigure and probably be a stiff link. So just use the 2 master links. Okay, we got the extra links in. And it looks like the air filter's still going to have to go that way. That's kind of funny. But that's the way it is. This won't go that way. Oh, it'll go this way. No, that's the right way for it to go. So, yeah, actually you can put it the right way. And I kind of like it because it's more in the middle of the adjustment. I think I always want to get as the chain wears and it stretches and stuff like that, I like it to be further back just because you have that much more to go forward. That looks good. Certainly for now it's fine. The only other thing we got to get for this is the air filter. So I got a little money left in my PayPal balance, so I guess we'll buy one. Well, I gotta tell you, there isn't a thing I like about this throttle setup. I want to get rid of that spring. If it was one piece, I think it would work better. It's kind of binding up. I don't like that. The cable stop end I'm a little suspicious of. And one factor is that the cable end, the sheathing, doesn't have a metal cap on the end. So I feel like I'm really crushing the cable too much, so it's not working that fluidly. So I want to fix that. I don't like it. Oh, I found a gold mine. Adjuster. Will this fit in the throttle? I don't know. Here's a little funny one. These are bicycle parts. I mean, that could work. I don't know. And I found a cap for the end of the cable. Will the cable go through there? Might have to drill it out. But at least it'll have this structural strength to be able to take the pressure of that clamp, which is very good. Yes, and this will fit in there. There's no threads in there, but I can use the double nuts to hold it out, which is cool. And we'll get rid of this thing. And we'll put a cap on the other end. So we've got to pull a cable all the way through. The end's probably going to be frayed, but I think I might have a little extra slack so that I can cut a new end and cut a little bit off the cable. I'm going to double check that before I do it. That's better. I don't know if I need the double nuts. Come to think of it, they may actually be kind of a hindrance. Maybe just one. Okay, there you can see that when you cut this, it kind of bulges it out a little bit. So I'm going to take the Dremel and just go around it and cut a little bit of the material off so I can slide that metal sleeve over the end, metal tip. Yeah, that does it. Well, it does it when you got two hands, but I just used that little drum sander for the Dremel. I went around it a couple of times and killed the height on it, and it fits right over. Told you. Now I think I'm going to do exactly what I don't want to do. Take off the carb again, and that bolt down there, hold it at the bottom, and get access to that swinging pivot inside there that goes like this. I'm going to use one of those pivots for a spring and put the spring on the inside for the return spring instead of having that that compression spring on the cable itself. Okay, where I put that ridiculous orange spring there on the governor arm, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to put a spring, probably not that one, from here to maybe out here where there's a hole drilled. And the only thing I'm worried about, I mean, it's got to pull it back. And when this is all the way like this, it's like this. Oh, you can't really see. Yes, you can. Like this. And, you know, that's fine and dandy, but when it's open like this, they possibly could collide. Pretty long spring is what I need. I don't think I got anything like that. Oh, maybe I do. Yep. Now that's a good return. Now, if only we could incorporate the governor somehow. I mean, what is that thing going to do when the engine starts? I mean, I don't know. You know, should I just put a spring down to here or something? Tell me. And here you see illustrated how crappy the cable holder is. So yeah, I think maybe reverse it, or maybe drill a hole up here and have it the other way around. Yeah, we got to come up with something else. This isn't a good deal. I mean, there should be one that, like, you know, embeds itself in here. I'm not sure what it's going to take. I actually found another thing that might work. Hang on. Yeah, I found this thing. It's kind of out of round, but you know, it compresses as you bolt it together. Yeah, I hate this one too. Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. It works. There's plenty of take up in the throttle. We just got to mount this thing again. And the thing is, I hate burying that governor in case I want to do something with it. Okay, we had to cut this down. I actually left it longer so I could have the room for the spring to come out, but it looks like it's going to clear no matter what. So I just cut the end off with the Dremel cutoff tool. And now hopefully it'll fit. If it doesn't, I'll scream. Yeah. The spring's just hanging there. I hit you to the governor. It fell off. Okay, but look at how well this works. Really quick throttle. Wheelie. Okay, I was thinking it might be cool too. To kind of conquer this is to have a kind of a choke control up near the handlebars. You know, although this stays out pretty good. You know, some of them I know don't. Okay, that's pretty good for now. It's so good I ordered a new air filter for it finally. Got a new old stock one. It's probably, I'll probably get it and I'll probably fall apart in my hands, but that's another matter. I just got to tighten up these bolts on the shroud. I'm actually thinking twice about maybe that white in there. I think that's maybe a little much, but I have some metallic silver. That would probably be way too much. How about that purple again? Or black, I don't know. Might leave it just white, who knows. So I've kind of noticed something about the band brake I don't like, and that's that it's kind of actually off. See the gap down here? Sure, it works. It's rubbing up here, but look at the gap down here. So the last time I made one of these plates, the mounting bolt was, say, over here, and it could pivot that way so that you could kind of center it, but this is right over it, so you don't have that luxury. So if this was not drilled, you could set it a little higher and it'll probably work fine. And I started going like, I'm not going to be able to live with that, so what do I do? And I was thinking of enlarging this hole so you can go up and down, but no, that's going to weaken this plate too much. And then I thought, flip the plate. You know, drill a new hole that's higher. But I'm wondering if, you know, that'll be optimal too. I mean, I think the best thing was like the one I made before, that the bolt was about here. So if I flip this one around, maybe I could put it there. Got to do something. I can't live with this. I got my new old stock, or maybe it's new stock, I don't know, but it's got the old box, cool old box. Air filter for the Briggs 4 horsepower, and I do have some uni-filter oil, so I'm going to put like 3 caps onto that. So that's 3 capfuls of that oil. Then I'm going to take that plastic bag and squish it around so that it saturates the foam. Let me squeeze the excess out in a cloth. Although it didn't really absorb as well as... That oil was pretty thick. Maybe it's too old or something. Maybe I should have just used 30 weight or something like old school. But I had it, so that thing goes in there. The top goes on here, and it's ready to rock and roll. Okay, just a short update on the Roma Nova mini bike. I got a new clutch. Hey! I just did a quick search on Amazon and found one with chain that I didn't even use. And the brand was like E-Stink or something. Yeah, it's got to be good. But it's 3/4. Like I said, it came with a length of chain. Set screws, which is good. I didn't need a bolt at the end or anything like that. I moved the position of the bolt. It was down further, and I just flipped the plate around and drilled a new hole. It was up higher. And it seems to sit better, more around the clutch itself, so that's good. I attached the throttle cables to the plate. Let's see, what else? Let me see here. I painted the inside black. I didn't like the white. I thought it stood out too much. But also I was having a problem with the pull start, and I have cleaned that up and oiled it and taken it apart. And still the inside plate in here, I should have videotaped it, but I didn't because I didn't know the success, and actually I got grease on there now. The plate that's in there, it has two, it looks like these things. These bend over and they hold this little piece of plastic which keeps the plate in place. But the plate itself was pretty gummed up, and I think it was kind of hanging up on it. So I cleaned it up with some oils and toothbrushes and scrapers and got the gunk off. And I think the it's working a lot better now. Can't pull it the way it is. But I need some kind of decal right here. I don't know if I wanted Briggs 4 horse or some sexy lady or something on it or whatever. I still got the welding to do. But I gotta wait till the warmer weather because I gotta have the basement door open to kind of do it because I still don't have a long enough extension cord to get outside. But I want to tack these down, and I think I showed you up on the seat where the plates aren't right. I want to redo those, and also I wouldn't mind putting in a fender bracket. You know, I don't think I'm going to put a fender on it, but just, you know, so I don't have this sharp thing there. Just to, you know. Oh, and also to change the foot pegs. I'd still like to put them right about here, but I don't know if that's like, you know, dangerous or doable. But, you know, I hate putting my feet out here. I'd much rather be able to stand up on the pegs when I ride. These things have no suspension. You know, you're kind of subject to like the hardtail when you're going over bumps and stuff like that. If you had foot pegs here, you could stand up and take the shock with your knees like you do on a motorcycle. But anyway, I think it's coming out pretty cool. I like it, and we might move over to the RUP next. I can't even remember where I left off on it. I think I was having problems with the chain alignment, but I think I got it now, so we'll take a look at that.